All right, Nick Cannon was on T.I.'s podcast on his YouTube channel, Expeditiously. I think that's what it's called. I'll put the link in the description to the interview. Said that he's never getting married again, and says that marriage and relationships all favor women. And it's funny he said that because I agree. But we back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Never been married. Not sure if I ever will get married. I don't count on it. But Nick has been married. He has engaged. He was engaged to another woman. Didn't work out. And it's a good story. I'm not gonna cover the entire almost 14 minutes, but it's real good. But all the things that life has taught me, or just observing, I believe he is correct. Now, obviously, he's talking to a married man in T.I. who's been through the ups and downs of a marriage, just as he has. And if you don't know, Nick Cannon was married to Mariah Carey. But he tells a story about trying his first engagement ring, and that he took all this money to engage to a woman, and I think he spent over hundreds of thousands of dollars on his ring, and he gave it to the woman. Don't work out. It was a process. He got it back. He took it back to Jacob the jeweler. He said that's back when he was the hottest jeweler out, and got his money back. All right. He said, long story short, the ring got all through People magazine. It's before social media, and Mariah told him that he better come with a better ring than that. He said, long story short, he had Jacob the jeweler make another ring. It was way more than the original ring that he got the other young lady. And the story of their marriage was Nick Cannon didn't have enough money for Mariah wedding ring. He recycled the previous wedding ring. The reason, he said this one had pink diamonds and stuff, but the reason people thought it was recycled is because Jacob the jeweler did almost the exact same design, which just had more carats in it. But he goes on to say, at the end of the day, he has lupus and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he says since he's not been in a relationship or not been married, he hasn't been in the hospital, or he hasn't been stressed. And I guess stress can really trigger the lupus and put him in the hospital. He said he's been pretty much happy, but he says you talking about the wedding ring, the dress, everything when it comes to a wedding and in relationships, particularly a wedding right here, it's for the woman. He said you probably, in some families, the bride's father, that's an old school place for the wedding, but most situations in our culture, being black, the male fronts the money. He said at the end of the day, you do all this money to make her happy. You get the ring to make her happy. You get the cake, I'm paraphrasing here, to make her happy. At the end of the day, what do you get out the wedding? You get some wedding pussy at the end in relationships. You know what I'm saying? You go out here and you go out to make somebody happy. Really, are you happy? You know, at the end of the day, he said he just doesn't want to commit to one woman again, as far as in a serious relationship that builds towards a marriage. And he says he can't envision himself getting married again, but he kind of did leave the door open to getting married. But he got a point there, man. Really, at the end of the day, what do you benefit from getting married? Now, at the end of the day, people saying, oh, a life skill is not a woman job to cook and clean. It's a life skill, right? Everybody should know how to cook and clean. I definitely agree. But it's also a life skill, what they don't tell you, to get out there and earn your own bacon. You know what I'm saying? To get out there and put money in your pocket. At the end of the day, if you trip, your man's got you. But at the end of the day, it's not like that. If your man's trip, well, he's sorry as hell. You need to find another one. Now, you got some women that's loyal enough to hold it down, but really, you benefit. You don't benefit from being married. Only way you benefit if y'all have kids and it's cheaper to keep her and not get stretched out over child support. You know what I'm saying? That's really the only benefit if you think about it. At the end of the day, these greater women, they don't know. A lot of them don't know how to cook. I don't want to generalize them. They don't clean. They want you to go out there, bust your ass, whatever you making, work 60, 70 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? And bust your ass. And long story short, if you ever notice, the man, your grandfather, your father, whoever, maybe your great grandfather, he always the one that gets sick first. They end up dying first. And usually he passed away first from busting his ass in the factory, busting his ass being an entrepreneur, busting his ass for hustling and stuff. At the end of the day, the man doesn't get the unconditional love from the kids or the family as a woman do. It's really no benefit to it. At the end of the day, everything benefits the woman. Now, he didn't get deep as far as the alimony, if you divorce or or her taking half or whatever the situation may be for child support. At the end of the day, when you get divorced, you got to give up half, no matter if you're in the right or you're in the wrong. You try to fight for custody of the kids. She get them because she a woman. So really, it's really no, unless you just want your kids to grow up in the same household and look like y'all doing well together. But at the end of the day, he basically said when he got out of a marriage, when he got a relationship, he found his happiness again. You know, at the end of the day, everybody not the same. Some people may be happy being in a relationship or a marriage, but your average man, I hear the dude from the Shy they got fired, the Brand, I can't remember his real name, Jason something. You know, he said he had never, you know, he don't believe in monogamy or marriage or whatever the hell it is. He don't believe in it. A lot of dudes don't, because at the end of the day, how many marriages today with social media and these, you know, and just the greater people out here, not just women and men, but how many marriages do succeed out here? Not a lot. You know, and at the end of the day, you know, marriage has seemed to be a tradition, you know, from where? Who came up with that you need to be with one woman for the rest of your life or one man for the rest of your life? Real talk. And the numbers tell you the failure rate is so much higher than the success rate in marriages. Some just don't seem naturally right. Just like the Bible. Where did it come from? Who translated it? A lot of people need to change the way they think. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm doing. At the end of the day, it just don't seem right. It don't seem like a fair split. And at the end of the day, I believe, you know, for a lot of people, you know, just being in a basic relationship or just, you know, just spreading yourself around, being who you want to be with, it may be better for them. But remember, it's all subjective to, you know, and it's a custom fit, and it's subjective to who and what person that we talking about. But really, marriage is just a no-win situation for a man. No, unless you get with a girl like Mariah. But really, what did Nick ended up doing really, really well for himself, and he really, his money took off for itself. Mariah upgraded him. But how many dudes dating up? Not too many. And I don't mean looks. How many dudes how many women looking down to help out a dude that got less than them? Not too many. Rihanna got a billionaire husband. Serena got a billionaire husband. Only men look down to help broke chicks to make them rich, if you pay attention. But at the end of the day, I'd love to hear you guys take on this. I'll link the interview in the description or the source link. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. In addition to that, man, I appreciate that love, support. The best donation you can make is share. Intro instrumental link in the description if you want to know where that comes from.